The turf here at Gosford, Group 3 for the Fillies and Mares over the mile. Tab favourite is LEKVARTE, 3.10 into $2.80. It's won 2 from 2 this preparation, including a victory with the 61.5 over Shadows of Love at Rose Hill last time out. That was in benchmark 78 grade. Third up and out to the mile, but did get to as far as 2,100 metres last preparation, so the rise in distance unlikely to be an issue. Draws barrier number 7. Zoe's Promise, $4 into $3.50. Second line, well back to beat it. Won at Randwick over the mile 19 days ago, looking for back-to-back wins. Fine Point, $5.50 out a half to $6. Then was back into $5. Now just gets back to $5.50. Ran third in the Hot Danish at Group 2 level behind Roots when resuming. Then was down the track in the Festival Stakes at Rose Hill last time out. 26 days between runs. Has trialled in the interim to keep it up to the mark and looks for a third up victory here. And it's the one that Mick Wallace makes a special. Fine Point from barrier 1 as well. 1 to beat 2, 4 and 6. But best of the day here, Fine Point. Ita tightens $7.50 into $6.50. Burning Need is at $9 out to $13, back into $12. And Orale, $11 out to $16. Continues the rest of them in double figures. Quick look what's happening on the OP. LEKVARTE, $2.90 into $2.70, just back to $2.80, so hovering around that price. Zoe's Promise, it's actually drifting here with the Bagman, $3.50 out to $3.70. Fine Point's in a half to $5. Ida's in a half to $6. And then Burning Need is $9.50 out to $13, back into $10 to be next in the betting. The Belle of the Turf went to the Victorians last year. Deny Knowledge for Michael Kent and Josh Richards combined to take it out. Previous winners include Expat, 3YO, Tinkamosa and Pecans back in 2017. For this year's edition, let's head on track to Phil.
Kristen Buchanan. Line is just about set. Street Candy to come up. The Gosford RSL, Belle of the Turf, Group 3, $300,000. Red lights turned on. And we're over the mile. Set to go, and they're away in the Belle of the Turf. Burning Need in the centre, Zoe's Promise both away well. Pioneer Lass and Orale is showing speed as well. Not that far away, Fine Point on the inside. And then came Ita, Street Candy very deep into that first bend. Followed then by LEKVARTE, who's getting back in the field with Bakerloo. And going back to the tail is Rebel Rama. Zoe's Promise takes up the running as they leave that side of the track and head towards the 1,100 metres now. So it's Zoe's Promise on top. Ita works up to be second on the outside of Orale. A length and a half Burning Need, followed by Street Candy on a 3-wide move rounding that bend. Next then was Fine Point, drifting back to midfield. Pioneer Lass is back with it, a length back on the inside to Bakerloo. LEKVARTE, the favourite, is back second last, giving the lead about 10 lengths. And Rebel Rama on its inside, back at the tail, 700 metres out. Zoe's Promise in control, led by a length over Ita. Street Candy out 3 wide in third. Then Orale and Fine Point the inside. Burning Need was next. From Pioneer Lass, Bakerloo, LEKVARTE still yet to be produced, and Rebel Rama back at the tail, but the field does start to pack up a little bit as they run inside the 500 metres. Zoe's Promise the leader by 3/4 over Ita, Orale, Street Candy, Fine Point, Pioneer Lass, Burning Need, LEKVARTE working through the centre, then Bakerloo and Rebel Rama around the bend. Zoe's Promise is the leader and it has a kick. Zoe's Promise got away 2.5 lengths over Fine Point, Pioneer Lass, Ita, LEKVARTE now getting outrun on. It's Zoe's Promise in front, but here's LEKVARTE. LEKVARTE eats up the ground. LEKVARTE takes out the Belle of the Turf and gets black type. Second, probably Zoe's Promise in a photo over Pioneer Lass, not much in that. And then came Fine Point, Ita and Rebel Rama. Further back was Bakerloo, and then Burning Need, Orale and Street Candy last in. LEKVARTE taking it out. Tommy Berry for Joe Pride was back second last coming up to the home bend. Took an inside run when they straightened, then worked to the outer and has absolutely demolished them. In this year's Gosford RSL, Belle of the Turf was still giving Zoe's Promise about 4 lengths with 150 left to go and has won running away. 136.30 overall, 35.28. Last 600, interim 2, 4, 12, as we just lost those numbers off the semaphore board momentarily. 2, 4, 12, 5. Interim 2, 4, 12, 5. And the margins coming up after the Belle of the Turf. They won't be too